Hello everyone, welcome once again to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about the full performance of Rachel Gupta, who just won Miss Grand International 2024. Since last night, a couple of you have been messaging me and asking me to do this type of analysis for her full performance. But as you know, Miss Grand has heavily copyrighted all content regarding Grand. So today I'm going to be sharing some of my live commentary about the show and every segment of Rachel's performance. I mean, for copyright reasons, I cannot show you everything at every single moment, but I will show you from time to time what I'm looking at and what I'm talking about so that I can share my thoughts about the full performance of our new Miss Grand International. I also get a lot of requests for CJ, so don't worry, I'll film a video for CJ right after this one. So if you enjoyed this, go ahead, drop a like, comment, subscribe, and share. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Go!
Miss Grand India!
Alright, so we are starting off the bat very good with a lot of energy. To be honest with you guys, I'm not sure how much impact the introduction round during Miss Grand International has. I don't know if there is like a scoring or anything for it, because the girls seem to really take it very seriously, as in like they get creatives and they go up and they come up with like different ways to shout their country names and whatnot. I don't know if it counts. What I do know though is that it sets the tone for the competition. I mean, when the girl comes out with a great expression and you can see her kind of like having fun and she's carrying a lot of energy, it just makes you feel like there is more of a chance of her doing well in the competition and that she's actually gonna go home with the crown. So I think that is just a great indicator of the candidates' state of mind ahead of the competition. I always say here on the channel that first impressions do matter, and I mean, when I see someone looking like this is a hell of a great first impression in my opinion. So let's keep watching. Beautiful. India. Okay, here we go with the walk. I'm actually happy that this full performance is showing literally every single moment that she appeared on screen. We can see her walking with the opening number dress. One of the things that I like about Rachel is that she is really tall, really statuesque. Both her national team, styling team, and the organization with Miss Grand International and the dresses that were provided for the candidates for the show really knew how to, you know, make her look her best. So I think that this is one of those moments that Rachel was also able to shine during the competition. So far, no complaints. Let's keep watching. I think we have now the announcement of the top 10. India! There she goes. Go claim your spot, girly. I talked about this last night when I was live reacting to the coronation moment, to the final announcement, but I really love Rachel's very genuine smile. I mean, when you look at her, not only her face is perfect, literally symmetrical, the jawline, the cheeks, the nose, the eyes, the eyebrows, everything is perfect. She has this very genuine smile. It's just a pleasure to look at her. To watch her on stage is just divine. So I think now they're going to do the swimsuit round, so let's take a look at that.
Into the top 20, Miss Grand India.
Ooh. What do you think? Nice. India. Okay, so let's talk about the swimsuit competition, because, you know, during my previous video, when I made my final predictions, like my top 5 girls that I thought could win the entire competition, of course I put India in there. Her performance during prelims, I loved it. However, I thought that it wasn't technically perfect. There were some technicalities that could be addressed, especially when you compared it to some of the other contestants during the preliminary competition. Going into finals, to be honest, I think that she did address those technicalities, so this performance was realistically a lot better, simply because she was able to connect with the camera a lot more. She gave us different facial expressions, so there was kind of like variety in the emotion that was being projected on stage. And simultaneously, I think that she was a lot more in control of her body, the poses, the footwork even. You could see sometimes she is walking slower, sometimes she's going faster. There is an intention in the performance, and that's what I was referring to during prelims. Still, we have to acknowledge that this was a very strong batch at Miss Grand in terms of performance. So I think that other girls also were able to shine during the swimsuit competition, but you have to give India her flowers. Now we are moving on to the next round of the competition. Of course, she's very happy.
In every corner of the globe, wars and violence leave scars that transcend generations, creating cycles of pain and hate. But today, I stand before you to say that these cycles can be broken. We must first the power of empathy. We must listen to the voices of those struggling and understand their pain as our own. Only then can our leaders begin to value diplomacy rather than destruction. I also think that it's high time we embrace our diversity because our differences unite us and make us stronger. It's time for us to understand that together we are stronger, and through the education of children, we can make the world a safer and more diverse place.
Ooh.
Let us pledge today to champion peace.
That's a long speech.
And protect the dignity of all people worldwide. Kapunka.
Okay, so I believe this is the segment of the show where the girls have to deliver a speech. Wow. First of all, if it's a speech, most of the time the girls will just learn it by heart. That is a fact. In pageantry, whenever it's not a question per se, everyone prepares ahead of time. She is able to deliver it in a way that is so clear, and her facial expression and body language, it all matches perfectly the vibe of what she's saying. So this is kind of a mini masterclass in public speaking. I'm also going to add, I mean, if you guys know me, if you follow me, you know that I'm not the biggest fan of Miss Grand as a as an organization per se. I love the pageant, I love the girls, but the message behind it and the advocacy with Stop the War, I think it's a little bit too generic. So the fact that she was able to take such a generic message and make it into something this impactful, props. I have to give her her flowers and praise her when praise is due. Oh, this moment when she came out with the dress. When I saw this dress, I said, ooh, that's a winning look. That's a winning gown. I mean, it's very grand. It's not your typical pageant dress. I feel like this dress is not appropriate for a lot of different stages, but for the grand stage, this is perfect. It's extra, it's entertaining, it's over the top, it's colorful, it's golden. It's beautiful. It feels almost like a piece of art, not just like a simple evening gown. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and she carried it once again with the energy that I've been praising since the very beginning, and just saying, you know, what sets her apart with her aura, her smile, her eyes, her performance skills, right? And then when you combine that with a great gown, what can I tell you? My girl did her homework and she did it well. Now it's time for Q&A, so let's get right into it.
Namaste. I believe the most critical issue the world is facing today is poverty due to overpopulation and lack of resources. Simply put, there isn't enough for everybody on this planet. I think it's time for world leaders to take accountability and to start promoting the idea of enough resources for everybody. We can do this by promoting birth control methods in the different countries. I come from a country, India, where not everybody has access to food, water, education, and basic amenities, and this is true for most of the world. It's time for us to stop fighting with each other and start respecting one another and making sure there are enough resources for everyone on this planet. Thank you.
All right, so let's talk about that Q&A portion. I mean, honestly, I love the answer because she talked about an issue that is very real. She talked about overpopulation and how that has an impact on poverty and access to food and other resources. And then at the same time, I like that she used a concrete example. I mean, she literally talked about India, her country, the country that she's literally representing. So not only it shows that she can speak properly using all of the things that I told you during the speech earlier, also applied to this Q&A portion. She is calm, composed, clearly delivering her message. She is talking about a very pertinent subject, and at the same time she is using a very pertinent and real example, and also it's an example that is very close to her, that she understands firsthand. So it's not like she's coming with something out of thin air. She is literally delivering exactly what the question demanded. I mean, once again, just look at her. A masterclass in composure. Look at the facial expressions. This girl is so sure of herself. Last but not least, we are moving on to the final moment, which is the coronation moment.
The new Miss Grand International 2024 is
Who is it? Who is it?
Grand
Miss Grand
India.
Alright, for those of you who want to watch the literal, genuine reaction of my facial expression, how I reacted when I found out that she was the winner, you can go and watch my previous video, because that's exactly that, me finding out who won Miss Grand. I mean, as I said, I feel like my comments all throughout this video were pretty straightforward. She gave a very consistent performance. Not only she's a standout beauty, but also she has that X factor when she speaks, when she walks. She was smart enough to pick the right glam, the right makeup, the right styling. The styling tonight, I think it did a huge difference for Miss India. And overall, if I'm being honest, this is the very first time in a long time that I'm kind of excited about anything regarding Grand. Usually I have kind of mixed emotions about it. Some of the things that are said, some of the things that are done. I technically don't follow Grand on Instagram, but I went and followed Rachel last night because I'm just that excited for her. I think she will be a great title holder, and hopefully she brings new life and new excitement to Miss Grand International. All the best to her, and I'm excited to see what she's gonna do all throughout her reign. Now it's your turn. Go down in the comment section. Let me know, what do you think about Rachel's performance, my thoughts, comments, opinion, feedback, whatever it is. I'll be reading you down below. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.